What's up, guys? Spider here, and I'm going to talk to you today about the weekly update from Destiny. The weekly updates have been moved to Thursdays now as of yesterday, and I'm just covering it now, and I'm going to be talking to you to the backdrop of today's heroic daily mission on Mars, alright? So I'm going to cover last week's. I didn't cover last week's update, so we're going to talk a few things about last week's, and then we're going to hit this week's. But first thing I want to cover off to you guys, there has been no mention in either of these updates to the buffs that were promised for the Thorn and the Bad Juju, those exotic weapons that just suck right now. There has been no mention other than weeks and weeks ago when they said they were going to buff these exotic weapons, so nothing about it. And honestly, I have not been back to the Vault of Glass since they updated it so that Atheon sends you sends the group of 3 players randomly, right? So it's not the 3 furthest away, it's the 3 random. I haven't been back to play it since, but I don't know, it's not a big deal. Is it? How are you guys finding it? I haven't been reading the forums too much lately because I haven't been playing, so I don't know if people are still complaining or they've actually adapted and gotten used to it. But whatever. Other than that, though, there still has been no mention of all the glitches that still exist in the Vault of Glass and make it just frustrating for everybody. Like sometimes when they only teleport 2 players, or they teleport 4 players, or you know, the Minotaurs just automatically get back their health. There's just so many things, so many glitches, and Atheon even giving, dealing splash damage to people while they're inside the shield, the bubble shield, right? So no mention of that kind of thing, which I think is pretty important. They're fairly quick on getting into and buffing or nerfing stuff like the Vex Mythoclast. That's another gun that hasn't been mentioned. I kind of die here stupidly. I was just messing around, I think, at the beginning. But yeah, so they mentioned, okay, we nerfed it. They nerfed it very quickly based on feedback, and they're just now taking their time on rebuffing it as they said I believe they said they would. Because of all the complaints that it says absolutely garbage. Okay, so none of that has been discussed. Alright, so the first thing from last week, they talked about a bunch of things that they're working on, things that they sort of sat down and said, okay, we need to work on this stuff outside of the stuff that we've already promised and aren't bringing to the table yet to our players. Channels for talking to match-made teammates, if you so wish. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that when we cover yesterday's or last night's update. Exotic weapons that are stronger and more interesting to upgrade. And that's not necessarily just buffing the Thorn or Bad Juju. They're talking about overall, making things different for the exotic weapons so that they, maybe there are additional upgrades or a different upgrade tree for them. New gear to let you slip into something a little more legendary. So that's cool, and then that which awaits in the dark below, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more in depth. Some things that they've kept secret until now, or until at least last week, new shaders for your gear, which is cool. Although, if they're going to bring new shaders, we really need more storage space. Because I'm running out of storage, and if you bring in a bunch of new stuff, I need somewhere to put it. I don't want to necessarily lose what I have. Ways to preview items before you spend your glimmer. Greater chances of showers in public spaces. And I'm just going to open this link because I'm not sure exactly what showers are. I think it's just getting more stuff, I guess. There's a whole link to it. I'll link you to the weekly update so you can take a closer look if you like. Adjustments to some arenas that needed better traffic flow. New economies to equip you with upgrade materials. And that's an important thing, too, because, honestly, and there's a big, I don't know, people have been complaining, and myself included, although I haven't been voicing it as much, but, it's such a pain in the ass to have to collect those materials, just, run circles on the planets just to open chests and get your materials to complete your upgrades. So, I'm looking forward to that part of it with the new economies. Fixes, patches, and other invisible technical evolutions. I don't know, some other tricks up our sleeve. Could have probably left that bullet point out of there. And maybe even a more generous Cryptarch, but, who knows where that's going to go. Okay? So, we got some stuff for the Dark Below. They've got a little section called Behind Closed Doors, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. The Dark Below delves deeply into some new, unexplored, and very beautiful places. I'm going to show you some screenshots here, so I'm going to cut out of the Daily Heroic to show you those, and then we'll zoom back into the Daily Heroic, okay? So, delves deeply into some new explored and very beautiful places check out the places you'll go to protect Earth from new threat. So there's one pick. Deep beneath the abandoned architecture of the Cosmodrome lies the Seraphim's Vault. Eons-old crypts of inscrutable power and knowledge lie in wait for the seasoned explorer. Rob Adams was the lead artist on Cosmodrome and put a lot of personal passion and energy into the visual realization of Rasputin's chamber. Interesting. Sharp observers will already wonder what the other space communications building in the Cosmodrome keeps hidden away. In the dark below, the Jovian complex is opened at last, and some truly frenetic combat takes place herein, not before taking in some of the gorgeous hive-infested spaces that the Cosmodrome Environment Art team put together. Cool. Buried under the shifting sands of Mars, the Hypogeum and its ancient secrets await discovery. Built by the Vex in another age altogether, this chamber of ancient power houses an extremely powerful and watchful guardian. Ooh. Built by Jason Sussman, art owner of Mars, as a perfect complement to the Black Garden, this space is designed to deliver tight, directional combat. Alright, sounds good. In the deepest, darkest inner sanctum of the moon's hive interior, we gain access to the Chamber of Night, in which the bleached bones of a long-forgotten vast lunar dweller rest. It's rumored that dark rituals and mass gatherings of hive witches happen here. Wow. A major goal of this space was to nail the surreal qualities of this awesome concept by Ryan DeMaita. Alright, so we got some pretty cool pictures going on there, and we're definitely looking forward to the Dark Below come next month in December. Alright, guys. So, just following on from that, I'm going to skip ahead on this past day's update, because they talk about the Iron Banner a little bit. But we want to go to and talk about the Dark Below, right? Because they've got this section called Tricks Up the Sleeves, or Tricks Up Sleeves. So next week, something is going to come out that they've been keeping secret, and this is the text from the update. Did you acquire a Destiny Collector's Edition that included an expansion pass? Did you acquire an expansion pass separately since then? If you have, we got a special surprise for you. If you haven't, but think you might still help yourself to the Dark Below, you'll also be invited to enjoy. So I think they're really pushing for people to pre-purchase the Dark Below expansion. The details are still secured in a crate. Early next week, the information regarding will fly through the air with the greatest of ease. When it lands, we want there to be no doubt that this is for you, and that you'll have a chance to enjoy it first. Now, this image that they've got is this guy flying off the speeder here, right? And I don't know, possibly look at the solar image. Ooh. You know what? No, it would be awesome if they added weaponry to the Sparrows. Oh, yeah, solar damage weapons or other weaponry to a Sparrow. Oh, come on, seriously? I want it now. So, I don't know. That's what I'm kind of take away from that picture, but who knows. Okay, so let's get into yesterday's update with the Iron Banner 2.0. So there has been sort of little talk about the PvE aspect and some of the things I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and there has been a lot of talk lately about the Iron Banner. And apparently, and I wasn't aware of this because I haven't been playing, but apparently Lord Saladin showed up at the tower unexpectedly. Like, how does that happen? I don't know. They're just stating, like, I'll read the text. Lord Saladin is poised for a return to the tower. This time his reappearance will be intentional. So, did he show up when they didn't want him to? Like, who's responsible for that? How does he just appear in the tower when nobody at Bungie wanted him to appear? I don't know. After a surprise ambush during what was supposed to be a sabbatical, we sent him packing again. More work is left to be done to realize his new potential. Alright, so they there's an update coming Monday that's going to be laying the framework for adding content in the next month, as well as for the Dark Below, as well as, I think, for the Iron Banner. So here are some of the bullet points they have about the newly configured Iron Banner. I'm going to tell you the things I like about it and things I really don't like about it. So, power does matter. Only players level 20 and above can lead a fire team. Players below level 20 can join, but they must have a fire team leader that's at least level 20. Players within 3 levels can be competitive with each other. So if you're facing off, if you're level 30, you're facing off with a level 27, then you can be competitive. You're going to have the advantage, but you know, it's not going to be as distinctive as if you drop down below 27. Then you're going to have a significant advantage over those players. Your defense rating affects how you take damage. Where your best and highest rated armor, players out of your league will seem like a boss. Okay? Your attack rating affects how you inflict damage. Obviously, equip your best, highest rated weapons. Lower level players wielding fully upgraded weapons should still be considered a very credible threat, unless your defense rating is 30 and you're 3 levels above them. In that case, you're going to seem like a boss still. Alright, claim victory to gain reputation. Lord Saladin now has 5 ranks to obtain through victory. We only saw 3 in the first appearance, okay? Your previous Iron Banner rank has been preserved. The tempered buff, so there's a buff that's going to allow players to try and rank up more quickly, especially if they come in at the tail end of an Iron Banner event. The tempered buff is a 12-hour boost in reputation gains. Activate tempered later during the event to catch up faster, okay? So exclusive Iron Banner rewards. Increase your rank to unlock better gear. You can actually reforge. They're introducing the reforging of weapons to reset progression with new perks. Okay? Earn gauntlets and boots to move you closer to level 30. If you need gauntlets and or boots, then you're good. If you need helmets and or chest pieces, then you're out of luck. See Lord Saladin for details when he comes back. And supposedly the time frame is the end of next week that he's going to be coming back. Okay? Quitters never win. Reputation gains are only awarded to the winners. But they're adding this in when you get defeated, as long as you stay to the end of the match, because a lot of people were rage quitting, right? If you got behind, people would leave because you get nothing. You got nothing for staying in that game. Defeat grants a token that you can redeem after a future win. You can carry up to 5 of these iron medallions at any time, and partial reputation gains are earned instantly upon victory. So, you know, you lose 2 or 3 games, you're going to get those iron medallions, and then the next time you win a game, you're going to not only get reputation for winning that game, but you're also going to be able to turn in those iron medallions and get some reputation. It's not going to be as much as if you actually won that match, but it's still something. It's better than nothing. So hopefully that will keep people in the game and prevent rage quitting. Strike while the iron is hot. This is the part that I really, really don't like. Your reputation will be reset at the conclusion of this Iron Banner. Like any competitive activity, each new event is a chance to regain your standing. So that's the part I don't like. It took a long time, and that's without this tempered buff, so we'll have to see where this tempered buff brings us. But it took an excruciatingly long time to get to rep level 3 with Lord Saladin. I don't know how it's going to be to get to rep level 5, but the fact that you got to redo it, I mean, I would be more open to having, you know, Iron Banner marks, because they don't, you know, as the currency to purchase this stuff. So the more Iron Banner you play, the more marks you get. You don't lose your reputation, but you have to still work to get the items that you want. To have to redo and regain your reputation every time really bothers me. I don't like it, and I don't play a lot of the competitive PvP. I mean, I'd play it to just rank up and gain access to the equipment that Lord Saladin provides, but I don't really play it otherwise. I'm not interested in playing PvP in Destiny. I'd rather prefer the PvE action with a bunch of friends on co-op. So we'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see how this event goes. But really, the telltale sign is going to be when the next Iron Banner happens, and you know whether it's going to be more. You know, can we get to the highest level of rep more quickly, or is it going to be similar to what happened last time? In which case, I probably won't play it very much. So that's the update from yesterday. It was mostly the Iron Banner 2. It was about some of the stuff for the Dark Below if you own the expansion or the Season Pass, I think. And then they did talk about, like I said, what they're going to be doing to update on November 17th. So on Monday, November 17th, we'll be delivering the first of several Destiny updates scheduled for this month. This one will contain a beta test for a new feature that will let you access a voice channel shared by the players you meet via matchmaking. Okay, so there are a bunch of details for voice, all right? So I think, I haven't really used it because we usually do Skype, but I think they already have Fireteam Chat, but they're going to be adding Team Chat. So after the update, you'll be able to join a new channel that will provide for Team Chat. This will include the players you meet via matchmaking, as well as members of your fire team who make the same selection. This option will be available in any match-made activity, including strikes and in team-based Crucible matches. team chat is signified by the megaphone icon, and they go into to show you where the team chat availability is, how to join team chat, and the various screens, and then you can go to voice chat settings in your settings area. The team voice chat settings don't exist, but it's going to be in the same settings area that you access all the time with your options in Destiny, all right? And you can manually opt in, you can opt out of the team chat, and automatic opt-in when solo, all right? But beware of all those strangers out there, guys. Yeah. What'd they say? What they even said at the end? You know, your mom never told you never to talk to strangers, right? So it's on you. It's on you. All right, so that's it. That's the update from yesterday and from last week. Apologies for not getting it to you from last week sooner. We've been inundated with crazy stuff, but that's it. Okay, guys. So we'll keep you informed as things progress, and we'll see what happens next week with this the secret stuff for the Dark Below. I'm Spider, and I'm out.